and that's a map of the nervous system as a network of neurons. One of the oldest hypotheses in neuroscience is that your memories are somehow stored inside this map of connections. Everyone's map is different, and your memories are different from mine, so maybe that information is stored inside your connectome. We know that every experience changes the connections inside your brain, and so it's plausible that that's how the trace of the past gets stored. That maybe your memories, the information that makes you you, maybe your memories are stored in the connections between your brain's neurons. And perhaps other aspects of your personal identity, maybe your personality and your intellect, maybe they're also encoded in the connections between your neurons. And so now you can see why I proposed this hypothesis: I am my connectome. You grow during childhood and age during adulthood. Your personal identity changes slowly. Likewise, every connectome changes over time. What kinds of changes happen? Well, neurons, like trees, can grow new branches, and they can lose old ones. Synapses can be created, and they can be eliminated. And synapses can grow larger, and they can grow smaller. What causes these changes? Well, it's true. To some extent, they are programmed by your genes, but that's not the whole story, because there are signals, electrical signals that travel along the branches of neurons, and chemical signals that jump across from branch to branch. These signals are called neural activity. And there's a lot of evidence that neural activity is encoding our thoughts, feelings, and perceptions, our mental experiences. And there's a lot of evidence that neural activity can cause your connections to change. And if you put those two facts together, it means that your experiences can change your connectome. And that's why every connectome is unique, even those of genetically identical twins. The connectome is where nature meets nurture. And it might be true that just the mere act of thinking can change your connectome, an idea that you may find empowering. I will remind you that neural activity is the physical basis, or so neuroscientists think, of thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. And so we might even speak of the stream of consciousness.
In the last decade, great advances have taken place in the area of brain research. Scientists have discovered neuroplasticity, a term which conveys the idea that the physical wiring of the brain changes according to the thoughts moving through it. Neurons wire together most when a person is in a state of sustained attention. What this means is that it is possible to direct your own subjective experience of reality. Literally, if your thoughts are ones of fear, worry, anxiety, and negativity, then you grow the wiring for more of those thoughts to flourish. If you direct your thoughts to be ones of love, compassion, gratitude, and joy, you create the wiring for repeating those experiences. Cymatics is the study of visible sound. The word cymatics comes from the Greek root cyma, which means wave or vibration. One of the first Western scientists to study wave phenomena was Ernst Chladni, a German musician and physicist who lived in the 18th century. Chladni discovered that when he spread sand on metal plates and then vibrated the plates with a violin bow, the sand arranged itself into patterns. Different geometrical forms appear depending on the vibration produced. Simply by changing the sound frequency, we get a different pattern.
Dr. Sari Lasanbi is director of the Brain Stimulation Division at Duke University School of Medicine. We're pleased to have her. She's also chairman of the Department of Psychiatry. Tell us what the principle is at stake here.
Well, this is TDCS, which stands for transcranial direct current stimulation, right. And the principle is we know that the brain operates on electricity. This is a brain stimulator which non-invasively uses weak electrical currents that literally come out of a battery that are modulated by this device, and you put it on the scalp. And it polarizes the brain, making brain areas charged and more closer to the threshold where you can bring them online or use them to do things like memory function or modulating your mood, for example. Using non-invasive brain stimulation, such as with devices like this, which are very safe, allows us to have new ways to modulate the brain. What you feel is just a slight tingling on the head, and then that goes away, and it's painless.
Wow, incredible, fascinating. So nice to see you, doctor.
Thank you.
Aunque no lo parezca, incluso los pasos más sencillos implican una coordinación mental complicada para ejecutarse. Por ejemplo, algo tan simple como saltar sobre un solo pie requiere que el sistema sensorial motor realice una serie de cálculos complejos, relacionados con la concepción del espacio, del equilibrio y de la intención, entre otros.